Hey guys, it's Erin. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to go over our weekly paycheck to paycheck zero-based budget with you. Okay, so this is for paycheck number. Well, first of all, welcome. And this is my Happy Planner, Happy Notes notebook. And the cover is one that I made myself. And this payday, I believe, is payday number 24. So as I've typically been doing the past few weeks, I'm going to do this week's budget in 3 segments. First of all, we're going to do the actual budgeting for the coming week and get that all organized with whatever bills and expenses we have. Then as a part 2, I'm going to do a cash envelope recap from last week. So as you can see here, I have my cash for this week and I have all the envelopes that I used last week, and there's still some money in here. So we're going to go over this and see how we did. And then after that, we are going to do a part 2 to this week's budget, and we're going to stuff our cash envelopes. And this is so extra, but I made this little belly band. In fact, I have tons of these as scraps from the cash envelopes I've been making, but these stickers I have made myself. And I typically just use InDesign for little things like this and just print them off. And I get little label stickers. These, I believe, are 1.5 inch. And if you're interested, I can link these below. So I make my own. And I just thought it would be cute because I went to the bank and I thought, instead of just having like the money laying here, like let me jazz it up a little bit. I don't know. I'm just trying to make things like more fun and more interesting. So, all right. So let's get into this week. And we are halfway through June, which is just impossible to believe. This year has flown by so quickly. It's just crazy. Paycheck number 24 for us, and that seems like a lot, but we have some kind of income coming in every week. So every week, my husband gets paid, and every other week I get paid. When I get paid, it's a joint payday because we both are getting paychecks, and every other week is a single payday because only he is getting a paycheck. So this one is $810. It's a single payday, just one income coming in. And we do have a few bills due, so I'm going to go over those really quickly with you now. And first things first is our electric bill. And I've talked about this probably every single time that I have listed this as a line item. And the same thing with our gas bill. During the summer months, our electric bills go up because we have the central air running. And we are really conservative with that. I definitely run it enough for the dogs to be comfortable during the day. And myself, I have asthma, so sometimes I just need it because of the humidity. But that being said, I budget $200 every month all year round. And in the winter months, when we don't use as much electricity because our heat is gas generated, we have lots of padding and money left over. So I really like that. So we do that for electric, and we also do it for gas. Now in the summer months, we have less of a gas bill, so we have that left over. So it just kind of balances out. And I always like budgeting high just because I never like to be caught by surprise if there is an unusually high bill for any reason. So our electric, I'm budgeting $200 as usual. And what else do we have for this week? We have car insurance. So I'm going to list that. So we have 2 types of insurance that we have to pay on our own. The first one is our car insurance, and the second one is our homeowner's insurance and everything that goes along with that. Our health insurance both comes out of our employment paychecks. So we don't have to do a separate line item for that. That's an automatic deduction before we get our net pay. So for our car insurance, I budget $126. And lastly, student loan. So it's funny because I was just having a conversation with somebody in real life about paychecks. and we were actually talking about, you know, how much money bringing home and things like that. Not getting really into detail because I only get into detail with you guys, which is so funny. But we were talking about our pay, and she was saying, wait, is it my gross or is it my net? A really easy way to distinguish the two between gross pay and net pay is if you think of a net as something that can catch something and bring it to you. So I hate to use the analogy of a butterfly because they're so beautiful. I don't want to catch a butterfly in a net, but you get the idea. So if you catch a butterfly in a net, you can actually bring that physically to you. And if you think of your paycheck as net, that's the money you're actually physically bringing home to you. So gross pay is before taxes. Your net pay is what you physically, tangibly bring into your account or bring home with you. So it's just a really easy way to think about it. Net is what you capture. So we were just having a conversation about that, and she's like, oh my gosh, that's like the easiest way to think about it. And when you think about it, it is. So I'm budgeting $90, and my student loan payment is just below $90. Now, the funny thing about this is I have dabbled around in getting my master's for years now, and no, I mean, it is my own fault for procrastinating and putting it off, but I am full-time this summer, so automatically the student loan company, Sallie Mae, or Navient, rather, it used to be Sallie Mae for me, Navient has deferred my payments, and I didn't ask for it, but since I do have full-time status, my payments can be kind of put on pause. And technically, I don't have to make any payment while I have full-time status, except it's such a low payment, I'm going to go ahead and make it anyway. But I just wanted to mention that. That was just something that caught me off guard because I got an email and it said, your deferment has been approved. And I'm thinking to myself, what deferment? I didn't ask for that. And then I realized, oh, okay, you know what? It's just because automatically my university let them know, or it was filed somehow that I have full-time status again. So that was that. And a nice surprise. I mean, if I wanted to save that $90, I could, but I'm just going to go ahead and make the payment because you guys know who have student loans, if you defer, your interest still keeps accumulating. I mean, there's no way out of that. So it's not like it's really beneficial to stop making payments if you can afford it. All right, so let's get out the old calculator, the old-fashioned way. So our actual electric bill was $96 because we haven't really been running it. I think we ran the air conditioner one time, maybe twice, I don't know. But anyway, so we haven't gotten into the boiler system yet for this summer because in the Northeast, it has been ridiculously hot every year, like everywhere. Just, I guess the climate is just changing. So for our car insurance, $126, that's a wash. And for my student loan, I make a $90 payment, and what's required is $89 and change. So I just round that up. So let's put our totals here, just because I want to do my fixed expenses. Now I'm going to write that there because that is the difference between fixed expenses and variable expenses. Fixed expenses are your bills, basically anything that's due every single month or however often that you have to account for pretty much the same amount every time. And your variable expenses, those are kind of like what you would use if you do cash envelopes. So sometimes you might have $100 for groceries, sometimes you might have $150. Those are variables. So it's not something that you're actually getting a bill for. So you know the difference. All right, so 200 plus 126 plus 90 equals 416. So I'm going to write that there. Why? Oh, it doesn't matter. You guys get the idea. I should have written it right here, but that's okay. So 416, and our actual, let's bring this a little bit closer. Sometimes I don't know if I'm zooming too close or not close enough. You guys will have to let me know. That's 126 plus 90 equals 312. Put my little dollar signs. I don't know why it bothers me when I don't put that there. It's so weird. And $104 is what I have extra. So that's pretty good. You know, we don't have a huge check coming in this week, so it's not too bad for considering the income. So what else do I want to do after that? So our variable expenses, I am going to write here. Now this is where my cash envelopes come into play. I do a separate video stuffing my cash envelopes for the week, and those envelopes include all of our variables. So just so you know where I'm coming from with the different steps in the process. So variable expenses are going to be, gosh, let me see, 810. Let me do this real quick. 810 minus our actual expenses is 312 equals $498. Is that correct? See, I do this every time. Let me go over the math one more time. All right, I just recrunched these numbers and it looks like it is coming out to 498. So I'm going to write that here. And then in my cash envelope stuffing video, I will explain to you where that 498 is going. So let's reiterate everything down here. So 810 minus, let's see, 498 plus 312 is 810. So that is my zero-based budget. And I like doing a zero-based budget because, as I've said before, I like when every single dollar is allocated for and spoken for. So basically, I don't like having excess money just kind of hanging around. Now, even if I have, let's say I have $6 extra, I'm just pulling a number out of the air. I like to say, okay, I'm going to add that to my miscellaneous envelope for the week, or I'm going to do this with it, whatever the case may be. But I like to put it somewhere. I don't like to not think about it first and make a conscious decision about where it's going. So that's why I enjoy a zero-based budget, because that means I have literally thought about every dollar. And I think when you do things like that, when you kind of set up your budget to be zero-based, it really gives you a tighter hold on it because you are putting thought into every penny. So I like that, and that works for me. So that is the budget for this week, and it was short and sweet, which is good because we don't have a whole lot of bills, fixed expenses due this week, so I'm totally cool with that. We do have quite a bit of cash envelopes to go over from last week, so that is going to be a little bit of a lengthy video, but I'm going to follow this one up with the actual cash stuffing and go from there. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't checked out my video on the Clever Fox budget planner, please do so, because that giveaway is going to be open until this coming Tuesday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. So I just wanted to let you know this giveaway is extremely as fair as I could possibly make it. The winner is literally going to have their budget planner shipped directly from the company. I am not going to be involved in that. I want it just to be very clear and very fair. So I just wanted to let you know that's how it's going to work. So when the winner is announced, I will need the winner to contact me via email, provide me their mailing information, and I will provide that to Clever Fox Company. So all the criteria for entering that giveaway is in the description of that video. And also I do have a couple kits left for the cash envelopes, and I'm working on some more with some new designs and patterns. And guys, let me know, and if any of you are still watching, do you guys prefer direct sales like that, or do you think I should open an Etsy shop? Because I'm really wavering. When you open an Etsy shop, you have to pay more fees as a seller, but I just don't know if I have enough of a customer base. So let me know what you think, and if you have experience doing that. I'm always interested in your feedback. Thanks guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Take care.